Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from...
This is God Tiny the Guru again.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Clean.
An incarcerated individual at New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Welcome everybody to Speaking Through the Barz podcast, where we bring inspiration to the listeners to find motivation within themselves to be great. Through our content we bring, we prove, and betterment starts where you at now in life. This podcast right here is dedicated towards the youth, a message to the youth. We bring inspirational stories of people who grew up in some type of form of adversity in order to reach out and let the youth know that the right mind frame, you can make it somewhere in life. This podcast right here is for people who was incarcerated, people who formerly was incarcerated, you know, people who deal with any form of imprisonment, which means stuck in anything that's not bettering you, whether it's a bad job, bad relationship, you know, things of that nature. This podcast is for criminal justice reform. This podcast is to help bring down the recidivism rate. Today, you know, we have a good guest came in here to, you know, get to bless us with his time. We got Fortune in the building. Fortune, man, introduce yourself to the listeners of Speaking Through the Barz.
What's going on? What's going on? It's music by Fortune. You already know. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I hope everybody is having a productive day. And we're here, man. We're here. What's up?
Appreciate for having you on today, Fortune, man. You speaking of Tiny the Guru. We know you was busy. We know you was constantly in the studio working, perfecting your craft.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. It means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm working hard. I'm trying to stay consistent, trying to stay focused, and I really want to get my music out there even more than it is. And just do whatever I can to get to the top. And chase down my dreams, chase down my goals and ambitions, and be the best person that I could be every day.
That's right. Those are some powerful words you just said just now, Fortune. Let's get going with this interview, man. First and foremost, you were formerly incarcerated. You spent a couple years in prison. You came home during the pandemic.
Yeah, man. I did like 3.5 years incarcerated, 2.5 consistently, and then I was on parole or whatnot, and then whatever I caught a violation, I had to go back and do 12 months or whatever, and green, whatever the hell was, and came home around about 15, 16 months ago, and due to the COVID and the pandemic issue, it's been parole is kind of a little bit more lenient depending on like where you are and whatnot, but for the most part it's kind of helped. I could say that it's helped me because they're just like more laid back and they don't even bother anything. Unless you were out there doing some stupid shit, you know what I'm saying, getting in trouble or catching a card, you know what I'm saying? Wow.
How were you able to what were your adjustments like when you came home, right? You came to prison before pandemic.
I came home, bro, because, I didn't have a license, and I had the violation that I caught was because of the, a DWAI or whatever, so it was like a driving circumstance, so, where they basically were saying, oh, you can't even apply to get your license, there's a violation, like that. So, that was probably the hardest part because of adjusting, because it's like, we grown, and we need to get from point A to point B, and we need to work, and there's other ways of getting around, obviously, but I gotta just deal with that. You kind of have to, you get dealt a hand. You kind of have to, do what you have to do, but I'm not gonna get behind the wheel and do some dumb shit to risk that. You know what I mean? Because it's not worth it.
Right.
So
Especially.
I'd just rather wait until the shit is finished. 120 days.
Okay. Fortune, tell me.
I don't ever let that. I'm sorry to interrupt you, a moment, but I try not to let that confinement and that institutionalization like that occurred define me. But it also made me the person who I am.
Right.
All right. So tell us, what was your mind frame while you was in prison and you were seeing new artists coming out, you were hearing songs coming out?
I was in downstate when Pop Smoke passed away, got killed or whatever, and that was like crazy because at the time my management was like with him and shit. My former management was with him. They were in the studio, and it was just like so crazy. It's so crazy, man. It happened like. It was just crazy. We were always listening to, we had the tablets and shit. We were all listening to Pop, Fabio, everybody. I mean, different artists, but they were heavy in New York and made the influence and impact and the culture of music, in my opinion.
Right. So you come home, you drop the Back Home song with Fabio. How did that come about? And explain, talk to the listeners about that song.
Yes, sir. So prior to even the Back Home song with Fabio, I put out the song with Lil TJ, Keep It Real, featuring Valet Bay, and prior to that, I put out the No Shame with Rich. So I've been putting out music and collaborating with different artists that are up there, and after a while people starting to be like, wait a second, let's keep it a rock here.
That's right.
Those three names, I'm just being humble about it. Those three names are like some of the hottest names in the country right now for hip hop.
Right. That's right.
And then now with the song with Fabio, I actually engineer. I'm an audio engineer, like I said.
Okay.
I compose music. I write for people. I make my own music. I make music videos, whatever. And one of those skill sets that helped me get to collaborating with these artists like Fabio Foreign was the fact that I was really hands-on with my work and able to audio engineer, and that I was actually in the studio with.
You have 1 minute left.
And my Viking, my management, and we was in quad, and we kind of did the song together, and everybody liked it, huh?
Right.
All right. So how about the Fortunate to Be Rich song? Talk to us about that song.
So the EP, Fortunately Rich, is out now, available on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever. We got Love Won't Change. We got 100,000 streams on Spotify right now for Love Won't Change, which is doing the best on the EP, the song that's doing the best. I highly recommend you guys go check that out if you are interested in, what I'm saying. Definitely a song that you're going to fuck with. Featuring Valet Bay. And that's also the guy that was on that song with Keep It with Lil TJ. That's out now on You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, oh yeah, the EP. So the EP got like seven tracks. No More Cinema, Love Won't Change, Run It Up, No Strings Attached, Miss Me With That Bullshit, and How It Feels. And Releve is on How It Feels, is on, excuse me, not How It Feels, Miss Me With That Bullshit, and Love Won't Change, and he's also featuring on No Strings Attached. So, then I got some singles out. Singles I've got Never Take Your Place, Ride or Die, Ring Ring, On Freestyle, King of My City, and that's what's out right now. In addition to the collaboration, in addition to the EP and the collaborations. And right now we're in the process of just piecing together this project. Hopefully going to be releasing before the summer. This one is going to be, it's going to be, the follow-up to Fortunately Rich, the EP. That this is going to be the album.
Okay.
A Sinner Symphony. And a Sinner Symphony is gonna have some heavy hitters on the album as well that I just don't talk about yet because I don't really talk. I don't really even. I want the element of surprise as well. Especially that when people hear the shit. You know what I'm saying? But the music video, all the YouTube channel, everything is music by Fortune, one word. Everything, YouTube channel, is, got some dope, visuals and, audio tracks as well. I'm on TikTok. Right now, like, it sucks, man, because the industry is just like, it's really stupid. It's based on numbers. And when you already are on and you see what's going on in what's really like going on in the shit, it's almost like you don't even partake in the fuckery. You feel me? So I really don't fuck with too many individuals. I went a hand select few people that my people that I work with, and I try to stay focused on.
As busy you've been, and you still and you working, you still find time to reach out to brothers incarcerated. That's how we met you. You know what I'm saying? Through a brother that's in here with us, Gambino, and he showed us, his tablet.
He was always, like a brother to me, bro. Like, we was inside together, and that, Gambino helped me when at my lowest. So it's almost like, we got a brother shit that nobody, that, no one even understands. You feel me?
That's right.
Yeah, so Fortune, man, I just want to say, listen to all your accolades, man. You run down everything you did, and you run down everything that you was doing. I know the Keep It Real song with you and Lil PJ, man, I'm hearing a lot of good things about that. Besides that, what did you learn most, from doing this bid to keep you so focused? Like right now, you just
to focus on your own music and focus on your own craft. You don't need to do songs with other people. You don't gotta, just because a nigga got a name or something, that don't mean nothing. But you want to make your own music, make your own craft, and get to the point where these whatever these people are. I want to do a song with Fortune. He got all his music is gas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In addition to that, the EP, Fortunately Rich, also made headlines. I was on This Is 50 Cent's website, E-News, Type Magazine, Influencer. I was on Influencer for 2021. What else?
DJ Self-Page your record.
I was on the radio on Power 105. I just did a show in Atlantic City last Power 105 as well in New Jersey. When I was already on the radio with my single Product Gold. This is what I got the single deal for, which is when I signed when I was younger. You feel me? But now I moved in an independent direction and, started elevating myself, started my own record label. Fortunately, Rich got my LLC. A lot of people don't know, if they would have taught you this shit in high school at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, to go get a business license and make money it would be different. People would have a better chance at succeeding.
Right. So yeah, we're saying that, mention the youth, because that was one of my next questions, and that's good that you did give them that advice. But, what was the best thing would you be able to tell, because fortunately, as we see, as we hear, your clout is growing up in this music industry, and a lot of people start to talk about you more and more. So it's going to be a lot of youth that catch on to what you're doing. So what advice would you have for them that they trying to make it in the same position or maybe even a higher position?
Man, don't listen to, you got to kind of follow your artistry. Sometimes you need to be creative, and in order to be creative, you need to be isolated. Because when you're isolated and you distance yourself from the fuckery and the bullshit, you can see more clear.
Right.
He's right. That's absolutely right. Because I do the same thing here.
Right. Real quick though, now I do believe that because we both do the same thing. And another thing I noticed, sometimes I be sleeping, then I just jump up and the idea will come to me and I write it down and I send it to Tanner.
Right.
What you think
and
about
write
that?
everything down. Yeah, right, bro.
Everything. You gotta write all ideas.
Exactly. Everything that you want to do, everything that I have actually got, no cap, I got a vision board in my room, a whiteboard on my fucking wall. And I have a marker, as corny as it may sound, but I write the shit that is most important to me that I need to prioritize. And before you know it, that shit's like a calendar. It's like a schedule book. When you was in high school, in school, what did they make you do? What's the first thing they make you do?
Right.
You gotta write down you gotta do your homework. Because your homework is in your schedule book, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever, and you knew, oh shit, it's in my schedule book, I gotta do this shit, or else I'm gonna get in trouble.
Right.
Well, you sound very wise. Man. How old are you, if you don't mind us asking?
I'm 26 years old, man. I'm 26 years old. I'm still learning. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect, but I'm you know what I mean? I'm just, I've learned from experiences, and I had to learn the hard way,
Yeah, but at least you learn, that's all. At least you learn, that's what I'm saying, every day is a learning.
I've been around a lot of old heads, I've been around a lot of old heads, and, I was always hanging out with, people that were a little bit, older than me, so I could kind of...
Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Long Island.
Long Island, all right. Suffolk?
Nassau.
Okay, yeah. All right. We normally close our show by asking, what advice would you give to a person that's coming home from prison or a person that just came home?
I would probably say, depending on what your goals and what you want to accomplish are, it differs, and there are different variables that play a factor, but for the most part, stay focused, and all that, and when you were incarcerated, you had a bunch of time to figure out what it is you want to do, and deep down what you have to do and what you want to do and how hard you have to work to get there. So put in that work and don't be fucking scared.
That's right. That's right, Fortune.
That's right, man. Because, you know, they always say, man, dedication pays off. So is there any shout-outs or anything you want in platforms where people can find you? Anything you want to do like that before we, go?
Yeah, man, I want shout out to Gambino. Shout out to Gambino for, putting this together. As well, shout out to you guys over there for making this happen. Also, just you could find me on Instagram at Music by Fortune, one word. If you guys want to I'll follow you guys back or whatever. And shout out to my sister. My sister just did a music video with Rich the Kid. The music video is out now. Evo BET Jams. She just was on Times Square billboards in New York City. And the music video with Rich the Kid is doing well right now. So,
but yeah, you did tell me your sister did music the other day. I forgot you did tell me that.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Fortunate, man. We appreciate you having you on the show today. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the guru, Mr. Clean. Thank you for coming and speaking to the Barz podcast. And I look forward to, staying in touch with you in the future and looking forward to hearing what you got going on for 2022.
Yes, sir, man. I'm looking forward to speaking with you as well. And I'm actually gonna send you guys unreleased. I'm gonna send you an unreleased snippet, so you guys can put a little preview in there. But don't send it to nobody though.
That's right. Thank you. We appreciate
that's right. That's right.